Come ride the little train that is rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares, it is time to relax at the junction. Lots of curves, you bet, and even more when you get to the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
There's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
And that's Uncle Joe. He's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Is this the Shady Rest?
No, this is just where the train stops. You gotta walk up that path to the hotel.
Thank you.
Excuse me, you mind if I asked you something? Is that a doctor's bag?
That's right.
Who's it belong to?
Me?
Oh, somebody sick up at the hotel?
No.
You on a vacation?
No.
Oh.
No. Excuse me, please.
Dr. Matthew Bailey.
Yes, I'm here in answer to your letter.
Letter? I don't remember any letter.
Well, it was an answer to my ad in the medical journal, offering medical services in exchange for office space.
Medical. May I see that, please? It's typed. Mr. Matthew Bailey, M.D. Dear M.D., in answer to your ad in the medical journal, Jernel. Come on out to the Shady Rest and see the manger.
I'm sure that's meant to be manager. You were probably in a hurry. You even forgot to sign it.
I also forgot to write it.
Well, if you didn't send a letter, who did?
Yes, Uncle Joe, who did?
I was just brushing these curtains.
Over here for a second, please.
I'll be glad to. Ooh. We ought to have a doctor around here, Kate.
Uncle Joe, this is Dr. Matthew Bailey.
Hi. Doctor? That was mighty thoughtful of you, Kate, when you didn't even know I was that sick. Doc, I got this shooting pain in my hip.
Hold it. You're going to have some brand new symptoms in a minute. Dr. Bailey came out here in answer to an ad he had in the medical journal offering medical services for office space.
Medical journal? What's that?
That's the magazine you read while you were waiting in Doc Stewart's office for him to show up to the pinochle game.
Is that what I read?
You wrote this letter.
How do you know? It's written in typewriting.
Oh, you can't disguise your spelling.
Okay, it was me. Somebody's got to show a little initiation around here. Great idea having a doctor in a hotel. The girl's always coming down with something and you're lumbago.
I haven't got lumbago.
Now you can have it and don't have to worry.
Mr. Bradley, there's obviously been a mistake. I'll get back to town.
No, just a minute. The cannonball won't be back for a couple of hours, and after dragging you out here on a fool's errand, the least we can do is ask you to stay for supper.
Oh, thanks. That isn't necessary.
I think it's only fair. Unless Uncle Joe wants to pay you for a house call.
He'll stay. We ain't licked yet. You go on upstairs and wash up and don't worry about a thing. You got me in your corner. Kate, it's time for a little sensible talking.
Well, I'm willing, but who can I talk to?
Did you realize what it would mean for business if we had a house doctor for the guests?
What guests?
The ones that'll be coming from all around looking for a nice place to get sick.
Oh, yeah, we could run a weekend special. Room, board, and minor surgery.
Now you're thinking. We could advertise it.
Uncle Joe, why don't you go finish your nap?
I finished it.
Well, get started on tomorrow's.
Peel this potato for you. You ought to read this almanac, Kate. You know how many people have accidents in their home every year? 25 million. You know how many people have at least one cold a year? 75 million. That's forgetting the ones that have seconds. That comes to 100 million people we got to draw from. That's not even scratching stomach aches, back aches.
Headaches.
You got one, I'll call the doctor.
Uncle Joe, the answer is no.
I never knew anyone could be so doggone stubborn. Can't you see what this...
Looks like we interrupted an argument. If we promise to sit quietly, can we listen?
Your Uncle Joe thinks the Shady Rest needs a house doctor.
What for? That's the silliest thing I ever heard. It's ridiculous.
Hi, Doc.
Well, so you're the new house doctor. Hi. My name's Betty Jo. Hi, I'm Bobby Joe. Are you going to play baseball?
Come on, girls. Supper's on the table. I hope you understand. It's nothing personal. It's just that we don't need a doctor around here. At least that's what I thought.
Away from the sink, Mom. I'll wash. I'll wipe. And I'll nag. Now, how about Dr. Bailey?
Girls, you're wasting your time.
Mom, he's so handsome. He speaks so beautiful, and he's so well-read. And he said he'd play ball with me later.
Oh, well, instead of a doctor, maybe we should get a young, good-looking baseball player who went to Harvard.
We're not just thinking of ourselves. What about all the people in Hooterville?
Well, you know that they're not going to leave old Doc Stewart and come way out here.
Come on, you gotta go.
Wait a minute, girls. I like Dr. Bailey. He's a very nice young man, and he's probably a good doctor. But
Oh, great, Mom. I'll tell him.
what'd they say?
What do you think of it?
You got the initials in the wrong place. It should be Matthew M.D. Bailey.
That MD stands for Doctor of Medicine.
Well, then shouldn't it be DM?
Give me a hand to this door, will you, Floyd? I want to get the doc's office fixed up today so he can start practicing on his patients.
More reference books. He said these were all he had. Well, I found these in my closet.
The Bobbsey twins at Camp David and How to Feel Grounders by Pepper Martin.
What kind of medical books are those? Well, in this one, both the Bobbsey twins get the measles.
What is that supposed to be?
Operating table. Patient's got to have a place to lie down when he's operating on him.
Well, I'm afraid all of his operating is going to be taking out splinters. Let's put a sheet on it, huh? Well, you couldn't have timed it any better, Doctor. I just hung up your diploma. How do you like it?
Oh, it's just perfect. I don't know how to thank you people, all of you. You've made me feel like one of the family.
Well, with 3 daughters, this is the closest I'll ever get to talking about my son, the doctor.
I had Bobby make the sign. No sense in having all them sick people wait around half a day until the doc can see them.
There. That'll do it.
Thanks. This old glove is practically falling apart.
Pneumonia.
That ought to bring them in. Now all we got to do is work out a schedule so the patients know which sickness gets them the most stamps.
What patience? Since he opened up his office, we're the only ones he's had. And I'm beginning to feel silly every time I go in there with nothing the matter with me. Well, I've been in for my annual checkup 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
But we can't give up now. This health epidemic can't last forever.
Well, I wish some traveling salesmen would stop by the hotel. Then maybe they could spread the word around when they left. That's it. Traveling salesmen. Well, that's what I said. Well, where are they? Right here. We have to think of Dr. Bailey as one of those new products. And how do you sell a new product? You send salesmen out on the road. Hey, that's a great idea.
Hey, Newt. Where you headed, Newt?
To see Doc Stewart.
You ever thought of using Doc Bailey out at the Shady Rest?
But I've been coming to Doc Stewart for years.
You're in a rut. What you need is a younger doctor. You realize that Doc Stewart graduated from medical school over 30 years ago? You know how many new diseases have been invented since then?
How many?
That ain't the point. Have you been sick recently?
Doc Stewart treated me for a cold 2 weeks ago.
Colds are old-fashioned. If you'd gone to Doc Bailey, you could have had your choice of instant flu or 8-day virus.
Sounds pretty expensive. Doc Stewart only charges me $2 a visit.
I can get you Doc Bailey for $1. Just tell him Joe sent you.
Thanks, Joe. I'll think about it next time I get sick.
What do you mean? What are you going into Doc Stewart's for?
We're gonna play pinochle.
Shiftless.
But Betty Joe, I don't need a doctor. Hey, Charlie, I forgot to pick up the mail. Oh, you lame brain. That's the 4th time this week you've done that. I don't know why I keep working with him. I ought to have my head examined.
See? You do need a doctor.
keeps bossing me around. He gives me a pain in the neck.
Before it gets any worse, you ought to see Dr. Bailey. Hello, Mr. Douglas.
Well, Billy Joe, how are you?
How are you?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Have you had a physical lately?
Physical? Yes, in New York.
Oh, well, have you had a Hooterville physical?
What's the difference?
Well, when someone comes from New York to Hooterville, there's a terrific difference in climate.
Oh, there certainly is. I've never felt better in my life.
It's too bad. I mean, well, since you're feeling good, I won't bother you. How is Mrs. Douglas?
Oh, she's fine, thank you.
Oh. How's your dog?
Fine.
Well, what about,
Eb, he's great. And the cow is in wonderful shape, too.
Then I guess I'm just wasting my time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh! Hey, Mr. Douglas, what did you break?
The shutter.
Oh, hi, Joe.
I'm looking for Sam Drucker.
Huh?
Sam Drucker. You know where he is?
Well, who do you think I am?
Wait a minute. That voice is familiar. No, it couldn't be. You ain't the Sam Drucker I used to know. He was a big, strong, healthy hunk of man.
You want to see me throw you out of here?
You are Sam Drucker. But what's happened? You got so skinny.
I weighed the same for the last 20 years.
Got one of them long, lingering illnesses. You better see a doctor while it's still lingering.
And, of course, I should see the doctor up at the Shady Rest.
If we can squeeze you in. I might be able to arrange it since you're a good friend of mine.
Well, that's the first sensible thing you said. Anybody who's a good friend of yours should see a doctor. Sam Drucker's General Store. Oh, hello, Tooey. Yeah. They just came in today.
He had a bad case of appendicitis a few years ago. Let me talk to him. Hi, Tooey, old buddy. Yeah, I hear you ain't been feeling so good. Oh, you are? Well, you want to watch out for them good health symptoms. That's a sure sign of an approaching illness. Say, Tooey, you still got your appendix? Well, you have? How'd you like to have somebody take it off your hand? Well, you want to wait till you can find a good surgeon, huh? Say, Tooey, how'd you like to come out to Shady Rest for supper some night? I got a great idea.
It's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of.
Hey, why is it every time I get a good idea, you think it's ridiculous?
Why is it every time you get a ridiculous idea, you think it's good?
Girls liked it.
I'm sure they did, and I'm beginning to see why they got me out of the hotel and said they'd fix supper.
Well, what's wrong with that? You've been working too hard.
Uncle Joe, whenever you worry about me working too hard, it seems that I wind up working too hard.
This time it's going to be different.
It certainly is, because you're going into town and tell Tooey not to come.
Evening, folks.
Hi, Tooey.
Well, it sure was nice of you folks to ask me out here to supper.
I figure there's nothing like having your friends around when you ain't feeling too good.
Joe, I told you on the phone, I feel fine.
Now, tell the truth, Tooey. Do you feel fine all over, or just in places?
Well, every once in a while my appendix rears up and lets out a whinny.
That's out of whinny, huh? What do you think, Doc?
I couldn't say without an examination. Have you seen a surgeon?
Well, that's Tooey's problem. He won't just let any old surgeon operate on him. He wants to make sure the guy knows what he's doing. Right, Tooey?
That's right.
All right, girls. Bring on the supper. Want me to do the carving?
Don't be silly. When we have one of the finest doctors in the state sitting at our table, Dr. Bailey wanted in surgery.
Just a minute. I'll be glad to carve, but I know the first thing about it. I never... Wait a minute. Mrs. Bradley, would you please stop?
All right, doctor. The patient is ready. We sterilized all the instruments. Scalpel. 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 Forceps. Forceps. Forceps.
You have no choice, Doc. Remember the Hippocratic Oath.
Kate, you know better than to talk to a doctor when he's operating. One slip of the knife and...
I don't think the patient is in any position to care one way or another.
Louis, look at them surgeon's fingers. Like he was born with a knife in his hand.
Would you like to cut the stitches now so you can get at the stuffing?
Why not?
Boy, that really was a good meal.
Never mind the meal. Didn't Doc Bailey do a great job of carving?
Say, he sure did. You know, I might want him to do a job for me one of these days.
You mean you let him take out your appendix?
No, I'll let him carve my turkey for me on Thanksgiving.
I think the reason Doc Bailey isn't getting any patients is because everybody thinks he's too young.
I know what you mean. They told me I was too young when I started. I might have waited a long time, except for an emergency that took old Doc Hamlin out of town.
What happened?
Well, when he was away, Granny Campbell came down with pneumonia. I pulled her through. Word got around, and from then on, I was in.
I see. Well, much obliged for your advice, Doc.
I'm afraid I haven't been much help. If there's anything I can do...
When are you planning on going out of town?
What is it, Kate?
Oh, Uncle Joe, I don't feel good.
What hurt you?
Well, my head and my feet and everything in between.
Take it easy, Kate. Keep calm. Don't get excited. Don't worry about a thing. I'm around. I'll take you up to your room. Just leave everything to me.
The stairs are that way.
Oh, sure. I just didn't want to make too sharp a turn.
Uncle Joe, I can manage to get to my room. Just send Doc Bailey right up, huh?
He ain't around, Kate. He went into town a little while ago.
Oh? Well, you gotta go get him. Take the handcart. Tell him it's an emergency.
Right, Kate.
Listen, Mom, you don't look so good.
Oh, good.
Hey, Sam, you seen Doc Bailey?
No, I haven't.
I gotta find him. Kate's real sick. Could hardly crawl up the stairs.
What's up, Sam?
It's Kate. I think something happened to her on the stairs.
Yeah, Kate fell down a whole flight of stairs.
She rolled right down into the cellar.
Keep a feeding that boiler, Floyd. We gotta get the doc out to Kate's before it's too late.
Charlie, don't talk like that. She's just gotta pull through.
Doc's here, Kate.
Oh, Doc Bailey, I'm sure glad you could make it. I've got an awful... What are you doing here?
Well, Joe said it was an emergency.
Well, yeah, but he was supposed to bring back Doc Bailey.
He couldn't find him. Now, let me look at you.
But I want a young, modern doctor.
But I've always examined you.
Yeah, but that was when I was sick. When I'm well, I want a young, modern doctor.
Now, look here. Joe got me out of a poker game to come here. I threw away 3 queens and 2 aces when I came.
That's a full house. I'm sorry, Doc. There's nothing wrong with me. I just wanted to be Doc Bailey's Granny Campbell. So he could cure me. And then folks wouldn't mind so much about his being young.
Has Joe heard this story?
You can... Sharing a secret with Uncle Joe is like putting it on that Telstar thing.
Well, I guess I'll just have to wait for Dr. Bailey to diagnose this serious illness of yours.
How is she, Doc?
It beats me. I've got to tell you, I never ran across a case like this before.
Don't the symptoms tell you anything?
Some of her symptoms you wouldn't believe. What I need is a young, modern doctor to consult with. You don't know where I can find one, do you?
How about Doc Bailey?
Well, yes. Come on, son. Pulse and respiration normal.
Oh.
Lungs clear, heartbeat regular.
Baffling, isn't it?
All right, exactly where is the pain?
Well, it sort of starts up here and it crosses my back and down my hip and it sort of winds up on my knee.
Anything else?
Well, when I breathe, there's a whistle in my ear.
Which ear? That might be very important.
The right?
Ah, well, as long as it wasn't the left.
Oh, well, come to think of it, it is the left. See how sick I am? I can't tell my right from my left. My God, Doc.
Well, according to your symptoms, your appendix is attached to your kneecap, and you're breathing through your ears. I'd say you have a pretty advanced case of fakeritis. There's not a thing wrong with you, and you know it.
Well, okay, but nobody else does.
Look, I know what you're trying to do for me, and I appreciate it. But I want nothing more to do with this emergency case.
Never mind, Doc. The patient's cured. It's okay, folks. Kate's going to be fine. Dr. Bailey just pulled her through the crisis.
Yes, Mrs. Parker. The doctor will be able to see you Wednesday at 3:15. Please don't be late. Bye.
You know, it just might be somebody wanting some groceries. Sam Drucker's General Store.
Hello? Oh, Mr. Carey. Well, he's all filled up on Thursday. I'll call you if there's a cancellation. Bye.
Dr. Bailey's Hooterville office.
Just have the prescription filled, and I'll see you in 2 weeks, huh?
Thanks, Doc.
Sorry, Uncle Joe. You'll have to wait your turn. You're next, Mr. Benson.
Oh, thank you.
Fine thing when a man can't even see his own house doctor.
What are you complaining about? I just wanted to ask him what he'd like for lunch.
Petticoat Junction. This has been a Filmways presentation.